Welcome back, cinephiles. Today, we're diving deep into the Colosseum to uncover the untold stories behind Ridley Scott's epic masterpiece, Gladiator. From on-set challenges to behind-the-scenes drama. Ready to discover the untold stories behind these legendary fighters? Here are 11 jaw-dropping secrets that shaped this iconic film. 1. The tragic loss of Oliver Reed. Did you know that Gladiator faced a major challenge when veteran actor Oliver Reed, who played the fierce gladiator trainer Proximo, tragically passed away just 3 weeks before filming wrapped? How did the filmmakers handle such a loss? Rather than recasting or removing his character, director Ridley Scott made a bold decision to keep Reed's powerful performance intact. Using a mix of body doubles and groundbreaking CGI, they brought Proximo to life in his remaining scenes. Can you imagine the pressure of ensuring his character's presence remained seamless? This creative approach not only honored Reed's legacy, but also preserved one of the film's most compelling roles. What do you think? Should movies use CGI to complete an actor's final performance, or does it take away from the authenticity? 2. Russell Crowe's reluctance with iconic lines. Did you know Russell Crowe nearly refused to say one of Gladiator's most legendary lines? That's right. While his performance as Maximus was unforgettable, Crowe wasn't exactly thrilled with all his dialogue. One line, in particular, "And I will have my vengeance in this life or the next," didn't sit right with him. He thought it felt unnatural and even argued with the scriptwriters about it. Can you imagine the movie without that line? At first, he refused to say it, pushing for changes. But after some back and forth, he finally delivered it. And the result? Pure cinematic magic. It's now one of the most quoted lines in film history. What do you think? Was Crowe right to question it, or was it perfect from the start? 3rd. Real tigers in the arena. Can you believe Gladiator used real tigers in the Colosseum battle scenes? That's right. When Maximus faced off against Tigress of Gaul, those ferocious beasts weren't CGI. To keep things authentic, the production brought in actual tigers, with trainers on high alert to protect the actors. But even with strict safety measures, Russell Crowe had a heart-pounding moment when one tiger got a little too close for comfort. Talk about real danger on set. Can you imagine staying in character while a massive predator is just feet away? That unexpected tension only made the scene more intense. Do you think modern movies would dare to pull off something like this, or would CGI take over? 4. Joaquin Phoenix's on-set anxiety. While playing the ruthless emperor, Commodus wasn't just acting. Phoenix struggled with intense anxiety on set. Can you imagine stepping into the role of such a hated villain, especially alongside powerhouse actors like Russell Crowe? The pressure was real. Phoenix even doubted his performance, questioning whether he was doing the character justice. But that nervous energy actually fueled his portrayal, making Commodus even more unpredictable and unsettling. Ever notice how his hands tremble or his voice wavers in some scenes? That wasn't just acting. It was real anxiety creeping in. And yet, it made his performance legendary. Phoenix channeled his unease into a compelling performance that earned him an Oscar nomination. 5. The unfinished script. The 2000 film Gladiator had an incomplete script, largely due to production pressures and constant rewrites. Director Ridley Scott and lead actor Russell Crowe had concerns about the original script, leading to ongoing changes even during filming. The film's production began before a final script was locked, relying heavily on improvisation and daily rewrites. One major issue was the evolving character arc of Maximus. Crowe reportedly disliked some of his lines, famously saying, "Your lines are garbage, but I'm the greatest actor in the world, and I can make them sound good." Additionally, the sudden death of Oliver Reed, who played Proximo, forced script adjustments, including CGI to complete his scenes. With tight deadlines and historical inspiration rather than strict adherence to a fixed screenplay, Gladiator was shaped largely on the fly. Despite the chaos, the film became a massive success, winning multiple Oscars, including Best Picture. 6. Historical inaccuracies for dramatic effect. Ridley Scott's Gladiator, 2000, took major liberties with history for dramatic effect. While Russell Crowe's Maximus is a fictional character, Commodus, Joaquin Phoenix, was real, but far from the cowardly, incestuous villain shown. The real Commodus was a gladiator enthusiast who personally fought in the Colosseum, albeit in rigged matches. Marcus Aurelius, Richard Harris, wasn't murdered. He likely died of natural causes. The Colosseum itself wasn't called that during Commodus's reign, and gladiators rarely fought to the death, as training them was expensive. The famous thumbs-down scene? Misinterpreted. The gesture likely meant mercy, not death. And while Maximus's dramatic revenge arc is thrilling, no general-turned-slave ever led a rebellion like his. Despite these inaccuracies, Gladiator's impact is undeniable, revitalizing the swords and sandals genre and influencing pop culture, even if historians wince at its creative liberties. After all, what's history without a little Hollywood spectacle? 8. Injuries on set. Gladiator gave us some of the most epic battle scenes in cinema history. But did you know the actors literally bled for this movie? Buckle up, because these behind-the-scenes injuries are brutal. Russell Crowe? The man was practically a walking battlefield. First, he sliced his face open during a fight scene, no stunt double. Then, he broke his hip, cracked his foot, and lost feeling in his right finger for 2 years. And those real tigers in the Colosseum? One of them got a little too real. A tiger lunged at Crowe, missing him by inches. Imagine getting mauled for a movie. And let's not forget Oliver Reed, who tragically passed away before finishing his scenes. The crew had to digitally recreate him, an eerie first in Hollywood. Gladiator wasn't just a movie, it was war drop. Like if you think these actors deserve an Oscar for surviving this madness. 9. The original ending altered. The original ending of Gladiator was completely different. Did you know Gladiator almost had a totally different ending? Picture this. Maximus, bloodied but victorious, doesn't just collapse and drift into the afterlife. Instead, he lives. That's right. The original script had him surviving, even setting the stage for a sequel. But Ridley Scott and Russell Crowe knew better. In the scrapped version, Maximus is offered a chance to rule Rome, rejecting power to return to his farm. Sounds poetic, right? But it lacked the gut punch impact we all remember. Instead, the final cut gave us one of the most powerful endings in cinema history. Maximus dies a warrior's death, avenges his family and reunites with them in the afterlife, securing his legacy. Studio execs feared killing off their hero, but Scott pushed for authenticity over commercial appeal. The result? A heart-wrenching, unforgettable finale that cemented Gladiator as a cinematic masterpiece. Imagine if they had gone the other way. Would Gladiator have been the same legendary epic? Probably not. So, next time you watch that final scene, just remember, Hollywood almost robbed us of one of the greatest endings in film history. 10th. Maximus's equine homage. Maximus's breastplate features engravings of 2 horses representing his beloved steeds back home. Their names, Argento and Scarto, translate to silver and trigger, respectively. This is a nod to famous horses in Western pop culture. Silver was the Lone Ranger's horse, and Trigger belonged to Roy Rogers. Oh, but wait, there's something you definitely missed. A hidden tribute so powerful, so heartfelt, that it'll change how you see Maximus forever. Russell Crowe's Maximus was a warrior, a leader, and a devoted horseman. That's right. His horse in the film, a majestic Andalusian named Argento, wasn't just any steed, it was a tribute. But to whom? Here's the tearjerker. Russell Crowe was deeply attached to a horse he rode in a previous film, The Silver Brumby, 1993. That horse's name is Honey. Tragically, Honey passed away before Gladiator began filming. So, Crowe insisted that Argento resemble Honey, down to the coat color. Even more insane? After Gladiator, Crowe bought Argento and kept him on his ranch in Australia. A gladiator never forgets his loyal steed. So next time you watch Gladiator, remember, Maximus wasn't just fighting for Rome. He was riding in memory of a fallen friend. Now that's an equine homage worthy of an emperor. 11. The resurrection sequel that never was. After the success of Gladiator, rumors swirled about a sequel, one where Maximus is resurrected, his body hidden in a cave, mirroring the story of Jesus. The idea stirred up plenty of buzz, but Russell Crowe shut it down with his signature humor, pointing out the inevitable rights issues surrounding such a controversial resurrection plot. "I'm not sure the Vatican would approve," he quipped. The idea, while bold, raised eyebrows. Mixing ancient Rome with religious overtones was a risk even Gladiator's epic scale might not conquer. Would audiences embrace a divinely reborn Maximus? Crowe was certain, probably not. Final thought. Gladiator remains a testament to cinematic storytelling, blending historical drama with compelling characters and unforgettable performances. These behind-the-scenes stories shed light on the challenges and creativity that brought this epic tale to life.
Gladiator stuff. Sure.